So we're at the launch of FutureStory in Southampton,
Yep.
and what were your observations about the discussion? You know, we took part in the debate together earlier.
I thought it's extremely timely in terms of where Southampton is currently. I think in terms of the audience we had, there was a degree of disconnect that we really do need to bridge. I mean, the big message is communication, I think, and removal of rhetoric and actually getting down to the real political mechanisms by which we make sure that young people know where to go, how they get there, who they need to talk to, and in particular give them a real sense of what the opportunities are that aren't the glossy ones.
Yeah.
I think the graduate side of the house is pretty well looked after by the two universities for the moment. It's really the sub-degree level work, particularly the apprenticeships and the advanced apprenticeships sort of bridge that I think we really need to get to grips with.
So there's a sort of disconnect between people who are sort of asking where are the job opportunities and what can I do, and then I guess also we've got this top-down view on globalization is changing industry. So how do you think you can sort of connect those two views?
Well, I think the connection has to come through folk like you and I and others who actually try and talk to as many audiences as possible to make them understand what the scenarios actually are, what the opportunities actually are. On the ground, there has to be, I think as someone very simply said, there needs to be far greater communication through simple media, I mean posters, the old-fashioned sort of stuff, but probably more events in schools, in colleges, where time is made for youngsters to really begin to express some of their fears. What they didn't express coherently here today, because they didn't have the opportunity to, was actually, okay, so I'm interested in X and Y, but what do I really do next? And now I say, in a university environment, that's fairly well catered for. But in a school environment and a college environment, I would say we've got a lot more work to do in that respect. A lot of sterling work being done, but the release issue, making sure that people, for example, who think about teaching, can actually get in their 5th and 6th year, an afternoon out to go and sit in a school and watch a school assistant working, for example.
Yeah.
That's one thing that came on my table. Very simple things, practical things, but which build piecemeal to a bigger vision for Southampton. At the moment, I don't think there's any conceptualisation of Southampton. The DVD talks about it. I didn't see the eyes connecting with that round my table.
Yeah.
Well, two exceptions to that. And why? Because Southampton to them is the is the view in front of them by 2 or 3 feet. It's not the opportunities. And if they can see the opportunities, they only see frustration.
Yeah.
And that's that frustration factor that we've got to try and tackle. I think.
Okay, that's great.
Is that all right?
Yeah, thank you.